Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danny Yale. I'm a loan officer with People's Mortgage. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can get a 5.125 interest rate in today's market. So we're going to go over a temporary buy down. I'm going to explain what that is. And then we're going to go over a real life example. So let me show you the property that we're going to be looking at today. For our example, this is 420 Waters Edge Drive in Lake Dallas, Texas. It's a townhouse style condo right on Lake Louisville, listed for $445,000. 3 bed, 3.5 bath, built in 2021. Gorgeous place. I've been in it myself, and I know the owners. They're saying, let's make a deal. It says it right here. So I know that they're motivated to sell. They don't want to pay the property taxes, the homeowner's insurance. They don't want to pay the mortgage. They just want to get out of the deal. And that's great if you're a buyer. You can use that to your advantage when you're negotiating. So let's talk about some ways that you can negotiate yourself into a lower interest rate. I'm going to hop over here and show y'all a total cost analysis where we're looking at 3 options. The first is a 2-1 temporary buy down. The second is a 1-0 temporary buy down. And the third is par pricing. So for buy downs and par pricing, what I'm talking about is right here, the interest rate. Interest rates are a hot topic these days. Rates have gone up over 7% as of recently. And just about 12 months ago, we were talking to people about rates in the high 2s, low 3s. So that really affects affordability. So in the mortgage business and in real estate, we have seen a little bit of a slowdown. People have been losing their purchasing power. And that means that houses do not fly off of the shelves anymore. They sit on the market a little bit longer. And again, if you're a buyer, that's great because it allows you to negotiate. So let's talk about temporary buy downs. To talk about a temporary buy down, you first need to know what your note rate or your interest rate will be for the majority of your loan. So, and I have to make some assumptions for this presentation, but I'm assuming you've got good credit. You're going to put 5% down, and you qualify pretty well for this property. So, if all that is true, then your par pricing, or par basically meaning dead even or no cost interest rate, would be 7.125. So that might shock some of you if you're not up to date on mortgage rates. Others, you might think, yeah, that's what I've heard. It's not great. But you're probably wondering, how do I get this 5.125? Well, you take advantage of the 2-1 buy down. So a 2-1 buy down means that you're temporarily buying your interest rate down. In the first year, you're buying it down by 2 points. That's what this 2 stands for. And then in the second year, you're buying it down by 1 point. That's what the 1 is there for. So your starting interest rate is a 5.125. Then it goes up to a 6.125. And then you have a 7.125 for the remainder of the loan. So same logic applies for a 1-0 buy down. In the first year, you reduce your interest rate by 1 point. And then years 2 through 30, you're going to get the 7.125 rate. Okay, so I know I went over that quickly. It might not make a ton of sense right away, but let's look at the costs of these buy downs and also the savings. So to do that, let's jump over here and look at your closing costs. So I'm showing a cash to close for each of these scenarios at about 31 grand. Majority of that is your 5% down payment, and then you've got closing costs. The points in this highlighted line are the cost or the charge that you'll pay to get the associated buy down or the associated interest rate. So the most expensive is the 2-1 buy down. It's coming in pretty close to $10,000. However, you'll see under contributions, I'm matching that exact same amount. So this contribution, I'm showing, it would be a seller credit. So when you go to make an offer on the property, you try to negotiate the seller to pay 10 grand towards your closing costs so that you can afford this 2-1 buy down. Now 1-0 buy down, it's a lot cheaper. It's only about $3,300, but it's going to have a much smaller effect on your monthly payment. And it's only going to affect your monthly payment for that first year. And then the par pricing, this would be if you don't get any concessions from the seller and you decide not to do any kind of interest rate buy down. That costs you nothing. But again, you have zero contributions from the seller. Therefore, your closing costs are the same. Your cash to close is the same across the board. So I hope you guys are with me so far. If not, be sure to let me know in the comments what questions y'all have. But let's look at the savings that these buy downs can afford you. So in the 2-1 buy down, in the first year, you're going to save $546 per month compared to this par pricing. So your monthly payment, all in, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, HOA, going to come in at about $3,550 for the first 12 months. The second 12 months of the 2-1 buy down, you're going to be paying a 6.125 rate. So your monthly payment jumps up to about $3,800, but you're still saving $280 compared to the par pricing. So then in the third year and for the remainder of the loan, you'll pay about $4,100. So that is how temporary buy downs work. Now, I want to get into a little bit more complex discussion, which is why would you use a temporary buy down? And the answer is you're probably going to use a temporary buy down if you expect interest rates to fall in the coming years, which would allow you to refinance into a lower rate. The reason you would want to do the temporary buy down, if that's your logic, is because these monthly savings that you get for these buy downs are actually held in a special escrow account. And so as you work your way through the loan, the savings, this monthly savings, is actually paid out of that escrow account, paid towards your mortgage. But let's say you refinance your mortgage after the first year. Well, you got the monthly savings for the 2-1 buy down of $540 a month, but you never got to take advantage of this $280 per month for the second year. So that $280 per month is in that special escrow account, and that means that money is actually yours. It's going to go towards reducing your loan payoff whenever you do a refinance. So you actually save about $3,300 on your refinance or on the new loan that you take out after you pay this one off. So by knowing that, you're motivated to by knowing that, you're motivated to refinance into that lower rate. I mean, obviously you would want to anyways if you could get a lower rate, but you know that you're going to be able to apply an extra $3,300 towards the principal of your loan, which will help you reduce your monthly payment moving forward. So I know I went over a lot of numbers very quickly. If anybody's got questions, let me know what those are. I'd be happy to talk with you about different scenarios, different properties. All these numbers are, of course, going to change with different price points. But the important thing is that now that you know this, you can use it to your advantage when you go out to negotiate to buy a home. So thank you for listening, and please like, subscribe, and come back for the next video.